Hi! Welcome back, goblins, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Dare, and I am a social alter in the Aether system. A lot of you guys have requested for us to do alter updates, so I'm going to do my update and also do makeup at the same time, because I haven't done makeup in forever, and I've been really wanting to do that. First, I'm going to clip my hair back, because these bangs will just get into our face constantly. I know it looks silly, but I love these hair clips. We got them from Forever 21 forever ago, and they've just been great. If you're new here, we are diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, and we share our experiences and what it's like to live life this way with this disorder. We like to provide a real look on what life is like for us, and the things that we do, and how this disorder changes over time. And it's been changing over time. A lot lately. I'm going to start with my primer. So yes, things have been changing a lot recently, as you can tell if you've watched any of our Inner World videos. A lot of alters have been moving to the West, and that's where I live. I've always lived in the West. It's just been a thing. I have a dance club there, and I've run that for years now. I can't even remember when I opened it. It's been so long. Can't forget the eyelids. We've had a ton of alters moving to the West, so basically the whole structure had to change. Most of the fragments from the West fused, and fused into the few main Western altars that had come into existence first, and it kind of made them more well-rounded, but it also left a ton of empty houses. So now the altars that are moving in have places to be, which is really nice. I appreciate that. I'm glad we don't have to expand. That would be weird. I keep talking about the West. This update is supposed to be about what's going on with me. By the way, my eyeshadow palette is this Nude Dude one. I love this thing. It's one of my favorites. It's got a lot of neutral but not too neutral colors, and it's good for pretty much every day. This is like our go-to palette. So for the longest time, I was frozen at age 16, and that was just my age. It didn't change, and I wasn't mentally 16, which is one of the weird things about this disorder, is like, you can present as your age being one way, but your mind will be like either older or younger. Mine was older, not younger. And since I came into the system, I was 16 pretty much. I came in the system as a baby, and I aged up really quickly and then just stayed at 16 for probably a decade, I think. Yeah, I think we were about 15 when I started being more active, and now we're 26. That still hits us like a ton of bricks. We're 26 now. Like, oh my god. But my age now is 24, which is different. I do feel like my brain itself has changed a little bit, like, as me. I feel like I've matured slightly, and I don't have as much of a teenagery mindset, I guess. I still do pretty much everything I'd done before. Like, my interests haven't changed. I still love makeup, dancing, high heels, booty shorts, gay shit. It's a good time. But I'm older now, which is interesting. I don't want to mess up these corners. The question you all may have is, how do I feel about our detransition, quote unquote? And like, we've had a few people not use the word detransition, but use the word retransition, which we've come to prefer a little bit. We go more into that on our... We made an actual script for a real video about that topic, and we're gonna make that fairly soon here. I don't know who's gonna make it, probably Heather. Maybe someone else. I don't know. But someone said that you can't go back to exactly the person you were before you started hormones and gender reassignment treatment. because every experience changes who you are as a person. And so it's more so transitioning to a new stage of life. And that really resonated with us. I love that. That makes us feel so much better about this whole thing, because some people will detransition and then just be like, ugh, no trans healthcare for anybody. And we're just over here like, what the heck? Like, no. Everyone should do what's right for them. Like, you shouldn't make blanket statements like that. I should have just titled this video Makeup and Rambles. That looks pretty good. But I'm cool with this whole situation because I can finally go back out in public wearing makeup again and not worry about people giving us that bombastic side eye. Because we live in a small town. A small red town. So it would be weird presenting masculine and wearing makeup. Like, you would get so many looks and we would just be self-conscious on the inside. Like, we completely support and love it when masculine presenting people wear makeup out in public. It's just like, yas, slay kings. And I love it so much. But for us, like, we have so much anxiety around that kind of thing. And I think that would just make us freeze like a possum and just want to, like, lay down and be like, don't look at me. It would be difficult. But I'm enjoying being able to wear makeup again, being able to wear crop tops and booty shorts again. That's like my signature outfit. It's my favorite. And before I wouldn't really be able to do that. I should probably talk more altar updates. It's hard because I don't really want to speak for people. Who could I speak for? I guess I could talk about the altars that are more closely related to me, like Rem and Sargon. They're twins. Like, it's weird. They're both my dad. Like, I had one dad originally, and then they split apart. Like, familial relationships do exist within systems. Altars can just split and be like, oh yeah, that's my brother right there. And then that's their brother. Like, I don't understand exactly why that happens, but it does. But the two of them kind of had a lot of struggles in the past. Like, Sargon really struggled with, I don't know if YouTube will censor it if I say eating disorders, but he struggled with a lot of restrictive eating habits. That's a better way to say it. That probably won't get censored. But he struggled so much with that. And recently he started to become more of the altar who will eat when the system needs someone to do that. And that is some serious character development. Like, for the longest time, he would front and just refuse to eat, even if we were super hungry. And that was a struggle for years. Many years. And now that's completely changed, and we're all really surprised and really happy for him. Please pardon any meowing. I have cats near the door that really want in, but I don't want them to jump on the desk and just make everything fall. Maybe we'll feature some cats in a later video. We have many, and they are all wonderful. I think I'd call that about good on the eyeshadow. I'm not going for a super dramatic look today. I'm just still getting back into the groove of doing this again, and I am loving it. Then I've got a eyeliner. We got it from Amazon for less than $1. Very happy about that. Really wish we had liquid liner, but this works. I don't do wings anyway, like most of us don't do that. We're just scared of messing up the symmetricalness. It gives us so much anxiety. The stuff is difficult to use over eyeshadow though. It's not the best. But circling back, we have had a lot of good recovery stories from our system. And like, Sargon is just one example of that. We've been really impressed with how far a lot of other altars have come too. Like, take Frankie, for example. We haven't spoken about him on here yet, and for a very good reason. He was directly attached to a trauma-based structure that was in that planet within the center of the main planet, the one that sits now in the middle ring. And he was a jerk for the first while. He's a big jerk. He didn't want things to change, despite the fact that a bunch of, like, child alters were trapped in this structure that he was running. And he was just doing that for God knows how long. And he didn't want to change. At all. It was super difficult to do that. We kind of had to go in and remove the alters from the situation. Like, we had to get a whole team together to go and do that, and then get them to somewhere safe. It was a struggle. And then probably a year after that, he finally came around and realized, oh yeah, what I was doing probably was bad. I shouldn't have gone on with that for so long. But he was really in the mindset, convinced by people from the past, to keep doing that. And so it wasn't really his fault. It was kind of a thing he was stuck in himself. But nowadays he's come to terms with the fact that he no longer has alters under his control, which is good. And he's been a little bit more curious about the outer world out here and wanting to kind of get into a relationship with someone in our partner system, which is amazing. I'm very happy for him. A lot of our alters have been looking for partners in our partner system recently, and that has been a good change too, because a lot of us at first, they'll come in and be like, oh, I don't need nobody. I don't need no man. But sometimes it takes a while for them to realize that yes, it is actually okay to do these things now. You're not going to get in trouble for being in a relationship. You're not going to get really hurt like in the past. This is another thing from Amazon. Amazing mascara. Just had to add that in. There's been a lot of realizing that we are no longer in the past. It's really hard for some alters to get through to that realization. Sometimes it takes years to actually get an alter to fully realize that we are not in danger anymore. And yes, it does get frustrating. It gets very frustrating. But that's kind of part of the process for us, at least. Some people may have an easier time with that than us, but this is just how we live our life. We have to, like, really convince the deep alters, like, no, you don't have to keep doing these things. We have a completely different life now. And also, we're adults. And we can live how we want to now instead of how other people are making us live. Which is very nice. Very nice. We don't really have those expectations from an external place to be worrying about. And that's helped a lot of us relax and open up a little bit more. And with opening up, other things can kind of follow. We've had a lot more trauma holding alters appear, and it has been a challenge, I will admit. It has definitely been a challenge, because some of these alters feel like they should still be where they were when they were fronting last, which is, you know, trauma times, bad times, TM. And they expect that treatment and they almost seek it out, but our partner system will not indulge that, which we greatly appreciate. We had one alter just last night, oh my god. This was frustrating. We got a message from our dad yesterday saying that he was planning on calling us today, and that kind of sent a lot of us into a spiral. Like, some of us feel more positively towards family members than others, and that's all I'll say on that matter right now. But this one alter, she was more newly discovered. It's only been a couple of months since she reappeared in the system, and she's definitely been interesting to deal with. We'll come up with a name to call her on here because we don't want to say her real name. That could be very triggering. And yeah, her thought process was like, oh, I'll just do something that'll get us landed in the hospital. And everyone on the inside was like, no. The Michael Scott meme. No, God, no. Please, no. And so we spent the rest of the night trying to defuse that. Successfully diffused it. But they were extremely intrusive thoughts, and if our partner system hadn't been there to diffuse that, it could have gotten painful. So yes, we do still struggle quite a bit. And also, I know I'm not putting on any foundation or concealer. I'm kind of just letting our skin do its thing, only just putting powder and primer on it. Because if you look, like, our acne is clearing up. This one looks kind of bad right now, but it is much better in comparison to what it was, say, like, a month ago. Like, this is nice. Our skin hasn't been this clear in years, and we love this. We love this. This is very nice. I've finally gotten through to, like, somewhat consistently doing a skincare routine, and I'm very thrilled that we're actually keeping up on it. Skincare is important, kids. Do your skincare. Man, my brain is just going everywhere. I haven't spoken to you guys in so long. I feel like I just want to chat about anything and everything. So I'm sorry this is unhinged, but this is an update. Now I'm taking these out because I'm not having it. I want to enjoy our hair. I only used dry shampoo today and it didn't work too well. Another thing that we've been doing is making our own self-care products. We've learned to make our own dry shampoo, lip oil, body scrubs, lip scrubs, toothpaste, and a couple other things. That's sort of a homesteading update thing that we want to do, is just showing you guys everything that we've been making, because we've been making a lot of stuff, and it is so cool. Oh, this color is more mild than I thought it would be. I wanted it to be a little darker. It barely looks like I'm wearing anything. Good enough. I also wanted to add in, don't worry about alters harming us. It's extremely rare that that happens these days. It used to be much more of a thing when we were in college, but these days, like, we haven't had an incident like that for at least a year, which, that's really good. It's, I'm really happy for us for that. Like, that's a lot of progress. We used to have a big problem with alters harming the body, but that is not as much of a thing anymore. Like, pat on the back, guys. Good job. We have gotten much better coping skills. Art has been incredibly helpful for that. And then also, like, rage cleaning. Rage cleaning is definitely something that helps. This lipstick is really cool here. It's pretty old, honestly. It's a Revlon Color Stay Overtime that we've had for a very long time. But we love it because it's got one of these things it's a brush. This is a brush at the end of this, and we love being able to brush things instead of just, you know, the regular applicator. The lip gloss is so nice. And there is a nice everyday sort of makeup look that I love to do on the days that I am out. And so to recap, I am now 24, I'm not 16 anymore, which is weird, but it's a nice adjustment. I guess I sort of age with the body in, like, increments? I'm not certain about how that works specifically for me, but I do age now, I suppose. Sargon has definitely helped with our recovery from restrictive eating habits, and we're very happy for that. When he fronts, he gets hungry and actually helps us to get food in the body, which is very helpful because some of us don't really do that very much. We've had alters go from being very aggressive towards other alters and not wanting to cooperate to dealing with each other in much healthier ways and actually wanting to reach out and form relationships with other alters in our partner system, who is now our wife. I keep forgetting that. I haven't been running a lot these past few years, but they're our wife now. We'll still use the term partner system because partner will encompass both, you know, married and not married. And then we've had a lot of other alters emerging and joining the system from very traumatized places, some of which can be a little tricky to work with at the beginning, but usually they come around and will cooperate and work well with the rest of us. And the West has still been getting slightly remodeled. Like, alters will be designing their own homes instead of whatever house was there before, and kind of making something new with what was already there. And then there's a lot of rambling in between those things. So thank you all for sticking around. If you're still here, much love, and subscribe to become a goblin if you haven't already. If you want me to do any more videos, any more makeup videos or makeup styles, please let me know, because we're doing that again and I'm having very much fun. Questions are always welcome in the comment section. Feel free to ask us whatever you want to know, and we will answer those in a video later on. And also, I almost forgot to add that we are no longer going to be doing Etsy. We're changing our format for selling our art and crafts and crocheted goods and stuff like that. We are now doing an Instagram. We're going to be doing, like, you know, PayPal, Venmo, whatever. And then the Instagram itself is yarn_Heisenberg, which is one of our old usernames from college that I just loved. So we haven't posted anything there yet, but if you want to, you can follow that account and you will see our art and stuff as it pops up. Etsy was just being so difficult to work with. We just got so done with it. And we were like, you know what? I gotta find a new platform for, like, selling our goods, because this ain't working. I don't want to be paying all these fees to Etsy all the time. Like, not about it. And that's all that I had to share at the moment. We're going to be doing another alter update kind of little series where each alter will film their own segment, because we don't really want to speak for each other. We don't have that first-hand experience of each alter. We just have kind of like second-hand memories. But keep your eyes out for more alter updates if that's something you'd like. And if there's something else you'd like to see, please feel free to comment it down below. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.